WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. And today I have a German whiskey here, Elsburn, the Italian connection. Now, the company used to be called the Glen Els, but of course the Scottish Whisky Association sued them, and after the second appeal, they just basically gave up. It was cheaper to change the entire name of all the products than to continue a legal battle in international courts and German courts. Terrible, terrible, terrible. All right, good. Now, this is basically, if you do Germany, put a thing in the middle, it's almost in the middle there. It's about 85 miles south of Brunswick. We call it Braunschweig. And the person who now founded this is the father, Karl Theodor Buchholz. And now the Anne Buchholz, she now actually runs this place, and it was her desire to take over the company business and therefore to make whiskey instead of schnapps. Yay! So there's a total of, I did not even actually know that, a total of over 300 different products out on the market already here with the name either the Glen Els or the Elsburn. Why? Because they're doing a lot of single cask experimentation. What they love to do at Elsburn is they like to have first fill fortified wine casks. And that's basically what we have here. We have a first fill Amarone cask, and we have a Marsala cask, and she made basically a cuvee, a combination of those two, and that's what we have. Oh, it's not even in the glass. Now, I must admit there's a tiny little thing that bothers me with this bottle. I'm going to show you the bottle. I'm going to show you the box, and I'm going to show you the little red wax. If you know the flag of Italy, you're going to be almost confused. All right, now it should be red. It should not be pink or rosa or something like that. But I guess there's a little bit of a problem with their printers here. All right, so the difference between your screen and the printed object has sometimes been different in my life as well. So I'm going to compare it to something which is called the Elsburn Marsala. This was a 2020 product, 2021. If you look at the wax, that's red. That's the color I want. That's the color I need. But hey, for some reason we have a pink, a rosa, a rose color here, and that's yeah, sad. So 55.5%. Nowhere does it say anywhere on the box or in the label or online that it's cask strength or batch strength. So they actually watered it down to 55.5 for some reason. This is 80 euros over here. This is whiskey base number 178740. And as I said, it was first fill Amarone from the north of Italy, a very dry wine, and with a Marsala from Sicily, which is a very, very sweet, it's a fortified wine. They actually put then brandy, neutral grape spirit into there, and they actually keep a lot of the sweetness in there, just like with a port or with a sherry. So there's no mention whatsoever what is the combination here of the two. Is it 20% that and 80% this or whatever? I don't know. I do know that this was actually made for Kirsch import. This is a Kirsch import exclusive, which means the German importer or the German distributor has a contract here with Elsburn, and they did this actually just for them. All right, so now let's take a look at the nose, or let's experience the nose. That's very, very interesting. I have a little bit of a sweet sour type of moment, which I guess would be to be expected. The sweetness of the Marsala, more of the tartiness of the Amarone from the north. Very interesting. So here I have the Marsala, which was just also. It doesn't say ever here this was a first fill Marsala. I think a first fill Marsala would be very, very overpowering. But the Marsala in here is beautifully integrated, very, very well done, almost a little bit too much. Now, I often try to explain something using a volume turn knob. So now imagine you have the volume of your amplifier, of your music box, whatever, and you have 0 to 10. And of course, starting with 10, things get distorted, all right? And even anything over 8 is probably going to blow your mind and be a little bit too much. So what we have basically here is someone who likes to use first fill barrels a lot. And so the fruitiness of these, the flavor of these is basically somewhere between 6 and 9, usually. That's what they want. That's what they want. That's exactly what they're looking for. Other distilleries are more between the 3 and the 6 and are very happy with that. This is one of the things that you can really taste with it. They're never subtle. Elsburn is never subtle. Elsburn is always in your face and very, very loud and very, very direct. Sometimes like a German. Who knows? And that's what I'm getting here, of course. I know exactly what the Marsala tastes like. I have a friend, he actually gave me a bottle. He works at the company Kirsch Import, gave me a bottle of Marsala way back when we did a couple videos together. He spent the night. We got to know each other, had a great meal together. It was very, very, very nice. This is Marsala. This, on the other hand, is a weird, interesting, nice combination. That Marsala, the sweetness, together with the tartiness of the Amarone is a good combination. Okay, Glen Els is actually a tourist attraction. They are in the Harz Mountains. They received, before COVID happened, up to 20,000 visitors a year, which is a lot, actually, more than many, many distilleries in Scotland. They produce about 40,000 liters of alcohol a year, and so a lot of the products are sold locally. They are not one of the people that actually want to expand out in the whole wide world. They're happy supplying the German market. Even the boxes are in German. And so a German company for Germany, that's what that is. All right, let's try this. Mm. Mm. Bitter, a lot of alcohol. It's an intense type of almost like a pine pitch moment. It's almost like a cough syrup. That's a little bit too intense. Not something I really, really like, to be honest. Now, I'm going to perform an act of magic. Are you ready to watch the magic trick? It's going to involve one simple element: water. Take the 55.5% down to 43, 46%, which this is also, and nose it. Oh, nice, interesting. Taste it. Mmm. Mmm. This is a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type of whiskey. That's very nice. Now, I am not perfectly aware of the science here, but I am perfectly aware of the results. This was a D plus type of whiskey without water. At 46%, this is actually a B minus type of whiskey. That is a radical transformation, in my opinion. So I actually had a little fantasy telephone call in my brain between the owner of the company, Anne Buchholz, and the owner of Kirsch Import, which said, hey, we want to buy 1,000 bottles. And Anne calls up and talks to Christoph and says, hey, the whiskey's finished. 46% is beautiful. No, we want Cask Strength. No, believe me, 46 is beautiful. No, our customers really prefer Cask Strength. But it's much better at 46. I'm sorry, we're the owner. We're going to buy. We demand and we want. Okay, well, if you want. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork at 46%. And it's not at 55.5. And I really think the 55.5 is as low as she could get them to allow her to go down. Wow. And that's just a shame, because I think, and now you may be of totally, totally different opinion, but I think whiskey should taste the best possible way it can, straight out of the bottle. Now, for me, sometimes it is Cask Strength where I go, wow. Yeah, and other times it's definitely not. And it's a shame because not everyone plays around with water. Not everyone puts a little bit of a teaspoon of water in their whiskey. Not everyone actually can, especially Germans. God made it the way it is, and I'm going to drink it from the bottle as I found it. Germans are stubborn sometimes, all right? I'm in Germany. My wife calls me sometimes more of a German than many Germans she knows. That's the way we sometimes are. And we miss out on something by not experimenting, by not trying. I think Roy said it absolutely right. He said if you're at a whiskey fair and you only have 2 cl from whiskey, don't mess around with the water. You're going to ruin it. But if you whole bottle, sacrifice 2 cls. Try a little bit of water. Try a little bit more water. Try it again, and then oh, okay, good. Now I understand this whiskey a little bit better. Now, okay, I can go back to what I liked before, or I'm actually going to add water in the future, and then take it down to something that's going to make this whiskey shine. And that's what happened here. This whiskey shines at about 46%, and it definitely does not shine, in my opinion, at 55.5%. So, as I said, I'm giving this a B minus whiskey here at 46%, and at 55.5, it's going to be a D plus. Value for money, oh, 80 euros is a lot of money. Now, this is a handcrafted, and really, they do it by hand. Their pot stills, they have wood-fired pot stills. And they have an alarm clock that goes off every 20 to 30 minutes to put new wood under the pot stills. It's an amazing, amazing type of small distillery. They do have the hand cranks, and they do have the levers, and they not much computerization at all there. And so even every single bottle is bottled by hand, labeled by hand. That's really, really handcrafted stuff here. And for that price, I'm going to go, well, okay, C minus. Yes, it was 59 euros. I would have loved the price much more, but for 79 euros, I'm still going to say this bottle with water is actually very, very nice. Now over here, the Marsala, all by itself, at 46%, I must admit is nice, but this is better. That combination of the Amarone and Marsala actually makes something better. How did Anna find out about it? My guess is she has something called the Journey, and they have, I think, 6 different casks they mix together. And there is Amarone, there is Marsala, there is port, there is sherry, there's Sauternes in there. And I think when she mixed things together, it was like, wait, these two actually all by themselves are also very nice, which I had never done, which I would never have known. So thank you very much for that. A lot of Marsala, 8 on a 10-point scale. Wow. Do you want some whiskey with your Marsala? Do you want some Marsala with your whiskey? Over here, it seems to be more balanced together with water. All right, that's the way it is. My question of the day is, which whiskeys have you had that have totally changed due to addition of water? I mean, from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde, right? That type of change. This definitely is one of those unique things. I've seen people blend before, and I've seen them go from 60 down to 40 and 59, 58, 57, 56, and find that sweet spot. And it's really amazing how whiskeys change with water. This is a great improvement. We can have the other way around. Sometimes you put a little bit of water in a whiskey and it just dissolves. It just disappears. It's just like, what happened to the whiskey? It's now water, basically. Also, sometimes it's often it's for the worst, but sometimes you'll whiskey that basically just shines. All right, so what is your whiskey that actually just improves with the addition of water? That would be my question of the day. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for liking, for subscribing, and also telling others. Hit that bell, and I'll see you soon. Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American tasting rare, 1 in 1,000 bottles, and exotic whiskeys in the whole world. Bye-bye.